I asked Michelle this yesterday. Are you any relation to Howard? She's like, no, no. That would be bullshit. Yeah, that was true though.
Well, it's totally spelled two different ways.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting. Raw tonight. It was kind of lackluster at points, all over the place at every point, but ended with a super hot match and finish, which we're going to get into anyway. The show started I was a little surprised, but it was a pleasant surprise because normally we get Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Cena, Gunther to start the show. Tonight, we got Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom to start the show. Wasn't expecting that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Monday Night Morgan, in effect. So she came out. She was talking about the whole the Bella situation, how great she is. She was running her mouth about EO. And lo and behold, out comes EO. And I said to myself, where are they going to end up going with this? Because are they getting ready to give Liv another pushback as singles? Are they going to keep her as the tag team with Raquel and feud them with the Bellas? Because supposedly the other Bellas coming back as well now. So it could go in multiple different directions.
Honestly, the Raquel thing, that I honestly think she's dead weight. They brought her in as a Diesel character, Diesel-esque character, and
that's what she's great at.
Yeah, but as far as her talent in the ring, no. I think they're concentrated more. Well, I thought they were concentrating more on the whole Brie Bella situation. But with EO coming out, could you see them facing each other at SummerSlam?
See, that's what I was thinking. Is it going to be EO and Liv at SummerSlam? Or is it going to be, I guess it's going to be, which one was it? Nikki Bella?
Yeah, Nikki, yeah.
So is it going to be Nikki and Liv at the Evolution show?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah.
Or is all that now going to get changed because of tonight's situation that happened, which we'll get into later in the show?
Ooh, she went down hard.
Yeah. So it's going to be
we'll get that later.
Going to be kind of interesting situation amongst all that. The first match of the night right after that was the Queen of the Ring next qualifying round. Four-way, we had Stephanie Valkyrie versus the return of, how do you say her name? Asuka?
Asuka, yeah.
Asuka, that's it. Asuka.
Yeah.
And versus Raquel versus Ivy Nile. And again, nice match. The girls always put on, especially in these four-way, three-way matches, whatever they end up doing, always really super solid, nice, fun, enjoyable matches, especially when you're getting Stephanie doing the devil's kiss on the ring apron.
Hardest part of the ring.
Wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that. That was nice.
No. And, when you heard Asuka was coming back, you have in the back of your head she's going over.
Okay, so again, I'll refresh you and I'll refresh our viewers. So there was a pretty much 20-plus year gap where I did not watch wrestling. So I really don't know barely anything about Asuka.
Okay, she's the Empress of Tomorrow T, and then we got went undefeated almost on Raw.
Okay.
So she's a badass. Um, she reminds me of Bull Nakano.
I could see that.
You ever get yeah, you get that vibe. I mean, except for the hair. I mean,
yeah,
but
it's
as
like
far as I'm concerned, like she
a much smaller version of Bull Nakano. It's more just Nakano minus the bull.
If you, oh yeah, but she's awesome. She actually, backstory on her is, I think she's a graphic designer or something like that. This is her.
Oh, really?
This is her side job, so to speak. Yeah.
Really?
So yeah.
That's interesting.
But yeah. Oscar's a bad bitch, and she's awesome talent. I'm glad she's back. Yeah.
Well, the one thing you can tell was the crowd was smarter than me because they really knew who Asuka was and Stephanie Valkyrie. And when the two of them got in the ring one-on-one, the crowd was popping for it. They really wanted to see them two go at it.
They got to push her, and it just wow. I mean, I'm a big fan of Stephanie Valkyrie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, she's without a doubt the absolute future, and the future is now because she's about to get a major push.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. But go
ahead.
I think they're bringing all these legends back, like Brie and Nicole and Asuka. I mean, Asuka's not. I mean, she didn't wrestle back when Bella's wrestled, but I think they're bringing back all these women to hype up Evolution.
Evolution, sure, absolutely, and that's going to be that's next weekend. And we got a double header weekend. We got a full weekend. We got the Saturday night with that's the King and Queen of the Ring, right?
I'm not sure.
In Saudi Arabia, is that what that show is?
What date is that?
Now you're gonna make me look at my calendar. Hold on.
Because it's 28th.
Yeah, it's like the 28th.
And then
the next night,
30th, they're here for a double shot.
Okay, so it's the 28th, and then the 29th is Evolution. So that's interesting. If they're going to be, that's a hell of a jet lag.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, all right. So, in that match, we also saw, which I've liked what they've done.
Yeah, they're.
I've liked the interference they've done back and forth, where it's coming back on both ends, like we saw again in the guys and girls match tonight, where last week we saw Raquel interfere to cause Rhea to lose. Tonight we saw Rhea interfere to cause Raquel to lose.
Yeah, that's going to be a program right there. If it already is,
Yeah.
That's definitely writing on the wall.
And if you notice too, you're seeing now Raquel's got her own entrance song. She got everything, and it's like you can see it's just a matter of time before the parting of the team. And like you're saying, they're setting these programs up with Raquel and Rhea, which will be cool because I think that'll really help Raquel get over working with Rhea and will really help her in ring as well. And I think, like we were saying, Liv's going to end up going up against Io for the belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a definite in my mind. Definite.
So overall, then we saw
as far as like Raquel and Rhea, such as Rhea, it's gonna boost Raquel's career immensely.
Yeah, totally. All right, what did Michelle say? Hey Gianni, and I wish, excuse me, maybe he'd be able to get me WrestleMania ticks. Who's that?
Howard Stern.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he would have a connection to do it. So we did see Asuka go over in that match and go into the next round.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so after the women's match, we saw quick promo backstage of Judgment Day, where you can see it's just like all setups, and you're seeing Raquel's hurt, so Liv was asking for Raquel to help watch her back, but Raquel's hurt, and Roxanne was kind of volunteering her services, but then Liv didn't want that, but then Finn took her off, which we did not get to see. We were expecting Roxanne to interfere, but we'll get into that in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had JD going off with Dom, and Dom to watch JD's back in his match with AJ Styles, which we'll get into also in a couple seconds. But what we did see was in-ring promo from Gunther, which brought out the return of the one and only Goldberg. That size says it all.
Goldberg. Why? Why is he here? Why? What? I mean, I understand why he's here because of the whole match thing. He has like a couple more matches in his contract. But come on, man. Goldberg's 58, 56, something like that.
Okay, what now? Was it me? It seemed to me that just him walking to the ring, he was blown up when he got in the ring.
That part, because I rolled my eyes when I heard the music. But no, I get it. Yeah, he was. Gunther was going to carry his ass the whole match. It's going to be hopefully the entrances are going to be longer than the match.
Well, I really felt bad for Gunther because the whole time Goldberg was in the ring, he was spitting in Gunther's face. And Gunther kept like blinking his eyes and like because he was getting spit on.
I mean, is it? Did he piss someone off backstage? I mean, it's first it's the Uso thing, and sorry, Michelle, but it should have never been a world champion. Sorry, he should have never. I mean, I know why they get it because of everyone buying merchandise and this and that, but no, not Mr. Yeet. Still pisses me off. Sorry, Beth.
Well, we're going to see next month, Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Goldberg's hometown. We're going to see Goldberg taking on Mr. Gunther for the world belt. Michelle says, funny, I don't have an Uncle Howard. Wait, I do. I don't know what you said there, Michelle. You got me confused. He lives in Vegas, laugh out loud. And Liv has a dislocated shoulder again. Hopefully they put the tag title on a team that can defend them. Will they give him to the Bellas? Let's see. Stop wasting time on Goldberg. Yes, he was, Bay. He was huge. Goldberg is the worst. And watch it with the Yeet Man. That's right. Don't be hating on the Yeet.
Eat this. Okay. No, but I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But, man. Hey, you know how I feel.
I know.
But
did you guys see the one sign? Yeet Bay. I got all excited. I'm like, that's probably for me. And Coco's like, no, instead of Green Bay, Yeet Bay. Shot down my dreams like that. All right, next match we had AJ Styles.
Was that the sign that said Yeet? Was that the sign that said Yeet Bay Bay? Talking about yeah, they were talking about you, Bay. Exactly. I'll give you that one.
There you go. Thank you. So it was AJ Styles taking on JD McDonough, and
let me pop out.
All right, pop off, come back on. He's gonna pop off and come back on. Hopefully, it'll fix his internet because his internet is lagging, or is it me? I don't know, but I think it was him. So we had the next match: AJ Styles, JD McDonough, and I mean, personally, and I thought this was going to be, to me, a much better match, but I was kind of bored by it. What you guys think? I want to hear, especially what Gianni thinks when he comes back on here. And I was expecting, I was just expecting more. I don't know. Lately, AJ's matches have been boring. Maybe it's me. I don't know. But it was kind of, I was not expecting a clean finish for sure. But
sorry about that.
All right.
I'm back. I apologize. We're talking about the AJ match here?
Yeah. Now, what did you think of that match? Because I thought, and I was kind of shocked, I thought it was kind of a boring match, and I expected a lot more.
The only thing that I liked about the match was the spot on the barricade where Dom chases AJ outside and is it JD?
Mm-hmm. Did that dive over through the...
That was a good spot. The rest of the match was kind of boring, kind of predictable.
But I was expecting... I was not expecting a clean finish. I was expecting Dom to interfere to cause JD to lose. So I was kind of surprised with the clean finish. But then you had, Dom interfere after the pinfall and try to jump AJ, which then in turn caused Finn to come in and save Dom. And so it was kind of an interesting spin on it to set up.
And at the end of the match, what happened? What did AJ do with the belt? He kind of did a homage to Eddie Guerrero, Dom's daddy, and took the IC title backstage. Like Eddie stole the title. I think it was the European or the Intercontinental. He stole the title off. I think it was William Regal. Back when he first was doing Lie, Cheat, and Steal with China and Latino Heat and everything else.
Right.
So he was, I guess, paying a little homage to Eddie there. So. That was kind of funny. Put two and two together.
Michelle says the match was slow going, but AJ probably has the same morons waiting for him as Jey Uso. It's too funny. Too funny. All right. So
let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Am I the only one waiting for Judgment Day to break up? Because I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I mean,
the faction.
They've been teasing these little things here and there, and it's doing this slow build up, and I think it's going to get fast tracked. I think we're going to see it happen by. I'll say it's going to happen by Saturday night's main event.
Finn versus Dom.
Yeah, I think you'll see maybe Finn versus Dom at like SummerSlam.
Yeah, but that's going to be the blow up. Yeah.
But everything now, again, depending on how serious Liv's injury is, could get sidetracked, sidelined. Who knows?
That's the key factor there.
Yeah. So, all right. So next,
okay.
Yeah. Next up, we had the official return of Bayley in-ring promo. And now this is what I said. When she comes out, does her thing, trying to get herself over. I didn't think it was working. And I don't think she's good on the mic when she's doing it alone, when she's out there trying to cut her solo promos. But when she called Becky out and Becky got in the ring and the two of them were able to go back and forth, she was fine. She was great. Mm-hmm. She holds her own. But on her own, very lacking.
Now that you say that, I see it. But she was trying. She was in my mind,
totally.
She was trying to working with the crowd. But I don't know if on the other hand, Becky, I don't know if I'm just sick of Becky altogether or promo. I love her ring work, but her promo work sucks.
She annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
Like I don't listen to Becky, but it was a good thing. Like to get some heat. What was Becky wearing in Green Bay, Wisconsin, of all places? Chicago Bears attire.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yep.
That was awesome. Took a page out of the boss's playbook in Philly.
Right.
Wearing a Cowboys jersey in South Philly. Yeah.
Well, now we're going to have, we find out later in the show that we're going to have next week on Raw, Becky versus Bayley for the IC belt.
Mm-hmm. You could tell they're good friends because, like you said before, when Becky was in the ring with Bayley, she was fine. It just flowed. It flowed. This is gonna be an awesome match because with her, those two, and Charlotte Flair and I believe Sasha Banks, they were the four horsewomen, and then NXT. So they've been around and they've been friends for a long time. So this is gonna be a hell of a match.
Yeah, I think it's going to be they always deliver match-wise. I think it's going to be a great match. I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley ends up getting the belt, honestly, which I think what they're doing is setting up a three-way for the belt with Lyra for SummerSlam. And I think what they're going to do is go. I think they're going to go, have Bayley get the belt. And then Lyra will end up getting the belt back at SummerSlam, I bet.
I see that, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Where do you see Naomi in this with the Money in the Bank? That could be a factor as well.
Yeah, but why go for the Intercontinental? Why wouldn't you would want to go for the World Belt? And then, I mean, they already had her the other night teasing she was going to go out for Tiffy on SmackDown.
I think it would be a better match at 4-way. But that's just me.
It's
because you have all these wrestlers not going. Sorry to interrupt you. Not going for the heavyweight, going for the Intercontinental, building that belt up, which it needs it, in my opinion.
Michelle says Naomi's going to cash in on Tiffy. Which, did you see Tiffy's first pitch she threw out yesterday at the New York Mets?
I was distracted by something, but yeah, I saw the shirt she was wearing, or the lack of shirt she was wearing. Hello, Tiffy. Definitely Tiffy time. Yes.
It was Tiffy time, but probably one of the worst of all time first pitches thrown out. It's definitely top 5.
Not as bad as the Baba Booey first pitch. You ever see that one?
They did not show that. I was seeing on ESPN they were showing a bunch of them, but they did not show Baba Booey's. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a bad one too.
Howard did a whole freaking show about it. It was awesome.
Dude, he did years of material on that stuff.
Yeah.
With that first pitch. Crazy. So, all right. So next up, let me see my notes here. So this is what happened next was we had supposed to be Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan. Opening spot. Boom. Liv gets hurt, rolls to the outside. They have the doctor's check on her, dislocated shoulder.
See, at first glance, because it happened so fast, it didn't look like anything happened. But when they slowed it down, yeah, you can see it.
And I couldn't, the initial angle you couldn't really tell. Then when they showed the side, but when you're seeing, especially in slow motion, when you saw her face, you knew it was like, oh shit, that's legit.
when she was in agony, yeah. It was, yeah.
So, but this is where you got to give credit to the production team because they didn't skip a beat and they went right into showing the whole Cena stuff and all that, recap everything. They had something to go to in case somebody would get hurt, God forbid. They were ready, prepared. They went right to the next segment.
That's why WWE is the best in that regard.
There you go. So, all right. So it's Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. And we're going to have AJ Styles versus Dirty Dom, Night of Champions. Raw next week, Bayley versus Liv for the IC belt. And then we had a promo backstage. Sami Zayn gets a little visit from our buddy, Mr. Karrion Kross.
Yeah. I hope they face each other because Sammy tore him a new asshole. Sammy put him in his place.
Yeah, is that gonna? Yeah, it was great on both parts. Is it finally going to lead to something for Mr. Cross? Are they going to renew his contract? Are we going to see him actually do something? Is he going to be in a manager gimmick? Is he going to be an actual in-ring personality?
No, well, what I heard is he's not renewing his contract. But
he's not renewing.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I mean, you can't read everything you can't believe everything you hear read on the internet. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They should they should give his
we have a nice little
wife
visitor,
more exposure.
Mr. Jimmy Giannetti in the house. What's up, brother?
Happy belated birthday again, there, Jimmy.
He says he thinks Cross will not get renewed.
Yeah, it was Jimmy's birthday. What, 2 days ago? Yesterday?
It was last week. End of last week.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, thank you, guys. See, we should have Giannetti on here. If I'd known Giannetti was watching, get him on here and break this stuff down. Let me, Friday the 13th. You want to come on, Giannetti? Talk the last match with us? Let's see what he says. Oh, he didn't watch. Okay. All right. Well, next week, watch. So the last match, Fatal 4-Way for the King of the Ring. Jey Uso versus Rusev versus Bronson Reed versus Sheamus. And going into this match, I said to myself, I don't give two fucks. I did not really care about this match at all. But it was a great fucking match.
Let me tell you something. I did not want Uso to win. I'm sick of him. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. But this would have been the perfect. I know. Yeah, this would have been the perfect time to push one of the up and comers.
But now here's the problem. None of those guys are up and comers. Bronson Reed's the only one.
Awesome shape.
Yeah. But that was the thing. Like, out of the four, I kept saying to myself, which one could you really push? And the fact that Braun Breaker didn't win his match, I'm like, all right, so Bronson's not winning. Are they really going to put Rusev over? No. Sheamus, maybe. Jey Uso's the one.
Yeah. But the thing I love is Paul Heyman's mannerisms on every side. They're awesome. And the surprises during this match, what did you think of them?
Well, okay, so you said about the Paul Heyman mannerisms. How about the total Paul Heyman finish?
Yeah.
Because you have Braun Breaker come in, interferes, and then you get Sami Zayn come in and interferes.
What the hell was that Breaker was doing? Was he going in convulsions or something? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that? Was he seizuring? Like, what the hell?
Who knows? But it works.
Yeah. This is definitely, I mean, the best part of the show was definitely the main event, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because then you had Braun Breaker, which led to Sami Zayn, which led to Penta, which led to LA Knight. I mean, it was just.
I wasn't expecting LA Knight. That was good.
It was great. All of them. You know, it just added so much to an already great match, made it even more exciting, in which we saw Jey Uso go over and be left laying in the ring. Now, this is where I thought didn't make sense. Music hits. Seth Rollins comes out furious. Wants to get in the ring with Jey Uso, and I'm thinking to myself, why? Jay doesn't have the belt no more. Why do you care about Jey Uso now?
I just shook my head. It made no sense. Made no sense.
Yeah, it's okay. So that wasn't me.
When Rollins was in the ring with Uso, and another music hit.
Cody Rhodes comes out and makes
part of me wanted to see Rhodes turn on Uso.
You thought that for a second, didn't you?
Yeah. I'd have loved to see that. Love to see that. Oh my God. How about you?
I mean, yes. But Cody's got to be the face of the company.
He's the president, as Hotbody said, right?
He's the politician. He's the future president.
Yeah. He's Captain Crunch. Look at his attire. That's his ring jacket.
Michelle says, "Yeet away, Bane. Just come along for the yeet ride, Gianni." And Cody and Jay is going to be a great match. It is. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be interesting what they do. And here's a very interesting point from Mr. Jannetty. He says if he didn't win, Rikishi would have had a fit on his podcast. And Rikishi has been having a lot of fits, but he's been making a lot of sense in his voicing of his unhappiness in the booking.
See, that's like the dad getting mad at the coach. You know, the hot-headed father getting mad at the coach.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what's happening. But what he's saying makes sense on some of his points.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I'll definitely take your word for it.
Michelle says President Rhodes isn't going to turn on his boy Jay. Believe in the Samoan dynasty, Gianni.
There you go, Michelle.
It killed him to do that. Very valid and true point. The only problem is all he's doing with his rant is putting heat on his kid. Exactly what it's doing.
Yeah. Hot-headed dad. Hot-headed dad going after the coach. You don't do it. Never ends well.
But, you know, I mean, we already know what's going to happen. I mean, they've already, we're going to see Jay and Jimmy teamed back up. They're going to get put into a program with the New Day. They're going to get the straps. So, I mean, they're going to have gold around their waist again. They're going to have double yeetos or yeet and no yeet, whatever they're going to do.
See, that I agree with that, okay? They're a great tag team. That's what they came into this business doing. That's what they should go out, leave doing, is being tag team champions. That's what they're best known for, in my opinion. I mean, do you think the other Usos going to be world champion?
Which one? Solo?
No, the other twin.
Oh, no. He got the short end of the stick. He didn't get the yeet. He got no yeet. Whoever had the yeet first was getting the belt.
Yeah.
My boy, my brother, my Delco Jesus friend, what's going on? He's in the house. He says, I think it's all work. I think WWE is behind all these podcasts and shows. You know what? now, Stephanie McMahon's doing 2 different podcasts. Cody's doing a podcast now. They're all getting podcasts, and they're all going to be working everybody and selling.
Taker has a podcast. Austin has a podcast. Yeah. Oh, dude. Have you tried that yet?
What's that? Wheatley vodka?
Have you tried the vodka?
Yeah.
Have you? Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Any good?
Yeah, it's good. When actually, my boy Stevie Wonderful, Steve Sherwood, he's doing a podcast, and it's sponsored by Wheatley. So he
nice.
When I was a guest on his podcast, I grabbed some little shot bottles of Wheatley, and we were doing shots.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'll definitely next time I'm at the state store, I'll pick up a bottle and see how it.
Janetti says they need to kickstart the tag division.
How are you?
Too funny. Janetti says they need to kickstart the tag division, and he's absolutely right. That's the whole reason for putting the Usos back together.
And what I heard, FTR is going back to WWE. That's what I heard. That would be awesome.
Well, he also says you have a podcast too. I have a podcast, but I don't have a WWE contract. So if I can get the contract too,
Legends contract.
Yeah, I wish. Delco Jesus says they have another tag run. I think in 2 years we'll get Uso versus Uso, both as champs. That would be interesting. Jimmy is World Heavyweight and Jay is Universal at WrestleMania. Could you imagine? But do you really want to go through another Jay versus Jimmy feud?
I don't remember the last one. But no,
they just got back together during the whole family feud thing.
Yeah, but the one the family. Well, you say family feud. Go back and watch Jeff versus Matt Hardy. That was good stuff.
Yeah, and they've done that. They've feuded back together.
Yeah.
Michelle says tag division is the shits. It absolutely is. Janetti says 1 out of 2 ain't bad, but I got the wrong one. No, he says, which I'm guessing is talking about no to the Jimmy versus Jay feud again. Oh, the match they had at Mania sucked. Interesting. So, let me throw this question out there since we got some people chiming in and dropping comments. So not this weekend, but next weekend, you figure we're going to have 3 nights in a row. WWE. Saturday night, Night of Champions from Saudi Arabia. Sunday night, Evolution, the women's show. Monday night, Raw in Pittsburgh. Is it
also,
too much?
SmackDown's being taped in Pittsburgh.
Oh, so 4 nights. Actually, 4 nights. 4 nights in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way too much. They're going to be exhausted come Monday.
Right?
Well, then again, wait. What's Sunday? Evolution?
Yes.
So they have the Raw and SmackDown talent have a day of rest because they'll be flying from Saudi Arabia to here. But still, they're going to be exhausted. We're going to be exhausted watching it. So,
how about that?
Yeah. So I never thought I'd say this, but too much wrestling in one weekend.
It seems like it's going to be the new norm.
What do you think?
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be too much too, but it's like the new thing, because in 2 weeks after that, you're going to have Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday night's main event. I think there's something on Sunday again, and then Monday Raw.
Yeah. They're trying to build everything up. At the I guess at the end of the month. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because the storyline is shit.
So Michelle just corrected me. So Evolution isn't until the 13th. So it's Saturday night's main event, the 12th. Evolution, the 13th.
Okay. So that makes sense because it's SmackDown on Friday, Saudi on Saturday, Pittsburgh on Monday. That's a little bit better, in my opinion.
Still, there's too much going on. Janetti says, I can't watch Raw or SmackDown. No Netflix, but I do have Peacock. I get it for free because I have their Wi-Fi. Yeah, I can't watch SmackDown. I don't have access to watch a SmackDown. That's why we don't do a SmackDown report.
I don't watch SmackDown because it's horrible.
Here's one last little interesting tidbit before we end up going. SummerSlam coming up in August. 2 nights. Tickets have not gone on sale yet. The pre-sale for SummerSlam tickets is tomorrow, which means they officially go on sale by end of the week.
So wait a minute. That's how many months?
2 months away.
Wow, that's horrible. I remember tickets would be going on sale for shows 5, 6 months in advance. Now it's 2 months.
I'm like shocked.
Because you know why? You know why they? Because they're gonna fucking sell out. They already know. It's you know.
See, Jimmy says that's why I listen to you guys for the Raw results. Everybody should be listening to us for the Raw results.
So this year, this year. I'm sorry. This week's Raw. What do you give it? 1 out of 5.
3.5. 3.
I'll go with 3. Yeah. And the only reason why I'll go with 3 and not a 1 is
the last match.
Yeah.
Totally. Saved the whole show.
Yeah. Because after last week, and then they did this shit this week. What the fuck is going on in Connecticut?
Who knows? Do they know? That's the question.
They don't know, or they don't care, because people are still going to watch, still going to pay.
Well, hey, is it actually still Connecticut? Is that where everything? I mean, with TKO's not out of Connecticut, right?
I don't think so. No.
I mean, the office is still there, but is it still in use? I don't know.
Well, the Titan Tower is not a Titan Tower anymore. They actually moved to a different facility, if you can call it that. And I was in Connecticut. Quick story, if you don't mind. I was in Connecticut 5 years ago.
Okay.
Something like that. I was like, hey, let's stop by WWE. You know, there's 11 security checkpoints before you even get to the main entrance.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't even go. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not even wasting my time. 11.
Mm-hmm. He's right. That's the point of the main event, to save the show. Too funny. So, all right. Well, on that note, nothing else going on the rest of the week. They sold Titan Towers and are using the new offices. But stay tuned throughout the week. You never know. I'll be popping on for some other things. You never know if I pop on with an interview or something, or just come on with Gianni or whoever and shoot the shit with everybody. You never know.
And stay tuned, because the channel that you're watching right now, it's going to have thousands and thousands of interviews coming soon.
And make sure to go down below, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, follow the page. And don't forget, officially sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks now. Hit the link in the description and place your order through me with Dubby Energy Drinks. Anything else you want to add there, Gianni? You want to put your socials out there for people to follow you, harass you, bother you, get a belt from you?
Message me, follow me on Facebook, Johnny Martello, Martello is my last name, and you'll see Sidney Crosby and as my picture. So if you need a belt, if you just want to bullshit, if you want to harass me, please don't. But if you want to do all that and you just want to shoot the shit, my inbox is always open.
There you go. Cool. Well, Gianni, thanks again for hanging out, shooting the shit. And I'm sure we'll be talking very soon.
Yes, thank you for having me, as always.
As always, thank you. Take care, everybody. Have a great night, and go Flyers.
Had to do that.